My. What a tangled web Governor Northam weaves. All this morning, my inbox been flooded with Governor Northam is in North Carolina at the beach in defiance of his own stay-at-home order, having a vacation, while Virginia's going broke and suffering. Now, last night, I didn't even have a clue about this, but then I came up with what I'd like to do. I like to write and think about, of course, how to make this country better, how to make the Commonwealth better, and something stuck out to me. There used to be politicians that were patriots, that would lead their country through the dark. Now we got politicians that are cowards, that run when the lights is on. This is really the complications of the coronavirus. We are seeing them for what they are, as cockroaches, not politicians. The most bipartisan statement I would make. We have a 5-star general in Trump, and he doesn't have congressional soldiers. Instead, he has admins that he can't believe represents the people through the disguise of politicians. This is not the time to play politics when we are at war. Too bad many Democrats never been in one, that they can remember the costs of war. Not money, but at the expense of America's Declaration of Independence. Then I had another thought before I found out Governor Northam was at the beach, family vacation, defiance of his own stay-at-home order based off of coronavirus. I have more respect for politicians that never turned on their television than those that been all over it. Most Americans will agree. We are sick of these one-hit wonders. We need just classic leadership. And President Trump is one of the few left. Some asked me, what did I mean by that? Others knew what I meant by that because they came up from the time I came up from, got taught by the leaders of that time. And then as we grew older, now we're seeing the cowards and all the crap that they warned us about now sitting up there legislating policy. Now, let me get this straight. Governor Northam tells every single Virginian, stay at home. It's for your safety. Closes down businesses. And then says, hold up. I forgot I'm a politician. I don't have to play by those rules. So I'm going to get myself on a private jet. I'm going to fly to North Carolina, where hopefully nobody recognizes me. But I'm the governor of Virginia. And enjoy a family vacation while Virginians suffer and can't even afford to stay in their own home. That's what happens when we send politicians to Richmond and to D.C. that have never been through nothing. They are generational, meaning their family has been politicians, their family has been soldiers, their family has been through wars and battle. But what is left hasn't been there. They just basically came up the ladder based off of what I call entitlement, compared to where the family has to grind, work hard, and be active in making sure their citizens come first. They was just passed the baton and said, we just need that last name somewhere in politics, not a patriot that's there for country. Now, y'all can keep voting for these politicians and you're going to keep seeing stupid crap like this done. And that's why I ain't a politician. Now, when I'm saying those quotes what it really means. What it really means. We had people who've been through battle after battle, taking on issue after issue. When they went into public service, they went there with a mission to complete it and raise hell to get the job done that people had sent them for. Now, what has happened is all these lobbyists, all these special interest groups, all these billionaires, and those who have spent money trying to buy and influence our elections have basically became the legislators. The politicians have become their puppets. Nobody talks like that anymore because guess what? They've been trying to spend all their time trying to get America ignored. Because before, it wasn't within a few seconds we'll know what's going on. It would take us a few weeks with the papers to catch up. Now we are seeing the clowns all over television trying to be the next headline. Try to stop and block progress and stop and block those who are out there hurting, starving, small business, even big business. I see in business after business closed down as they try to hold the line day by day, unsure of what they are going to do, and then have to go in and tell family after family that we can't afford for you to come in another day. We tried to do everything. And we know how important it is to put food on the table. But right now, we are dealing with politicians' bullshit. Some may say my language is a little hard and harsh, but what does it matter if you start seeing crap like this where politicians are the ones who are telling you what to do, but they ain't following their own instruction? It gets real. And you could tell politicians like Governor Northam don't care. They're out of touch. The reality of their promises are not going to be kept by the very voters who relied on them. Now we're seeing we are at war. We ain't at where we are shooting guns and putting bodies in the body bag. We're at war with politicians that has basically said we are going to do whatever we want to you while we go on our cheese fest. Businesses that are open in some states because it's for essential workers, while those who are sitting at home are trying to find out and come to the understanding of why can't I use those services? Why can't I help these businesses? Why can't I walk out the door while you walk out the door every single day? What makes you better than me? But we have Governor Northam out there in North Carolina, don't care about Virginia. He's not ready to do a press conference to give us updates because he knows right now people are waking up to the reality that coronavirus was used against them, not to help them or treat them, but the more that they die, the more they profit. That's the reality. Congress getting a pay raise, so they have extra money to go on vacation and do what they want to do. You have AOC saying, oh, I absolutely love another business that employs millions and millions falling to the curbside as those businesses not only shut down or on the verge of it, but they got to let millions and millions of workers go and can't tell them when they are able to come back because they are caught up in political red tape. It's funny now for these politicians, but it's serious for us Americans. That's why people don't talk like that. They don't understand stuff like that. They don't understand the consequences of what they say and the actions that follow. Now, when I talk from, like I said, the dinner table all the way up to the boardroom. And I understand exactly what each level of it is going through right now. Just because you're a business doesn't mean you ain't human. You think when they are out there calling the shots right now, they ain't saying to themselves, who's the next person right now we have to cut while Governor Northam's at the beach getting a haircut? These leaders are worried about what is going to be put out there in the next headline while people are sitting at the bus line hoping that they will find a place that will give them work. But you can see everything that they are doing for everybody outside this country, outside this Commonwealth. But they are talking very little about those who bled, sweated, and shed tears for everything that the Commonwealth has became, everything this country has became, and they are seeing that they are coming last, not coming first. Like I said, we are missing those leaders like George Washington and the rest from back in the day in that Congress, because they would never let this bullshit happen over a flu. They dealt with everything else, syphilis, plague, all types of crap, but they didn't shut down America. But now they're shutting us down because of old politicians that need term limits, that are scared of the big bad wolf that they created, not what American manufactured. But I can see day after day, I see the lions. I can see in their eyes it's going dim. The ones who work hard and take pride in going out and busting their ass and coming home and putting food on the table, now stuck inside. And it's taking its toll day by day. I understand exactly how that feels. I understand what Americans are going through because I'm here at ground zero, not there in the Capitol building having safety from those who are asking me for redress of my grievances. Now, they talking about closing that Virginia, extending the shutdown, while our leader supposedly is out there in North Carolina at the beach. And you know he had to be ashamed of himself because he had to do all these stupid protocols to try to make sure he wasn't listed on the register of being out there, hidden from view, making sure the cameras couldn't take no pictures, making sure security guards approached residents in North Carolina who was curious about the governor's action, his vacation, as he told millions of Virginians to stay home, stay out of work, no plan for how they're going to pay rent or pay utilities or how a business is going to stay open while other politicians drag their foot on relief. This is the America y'all want? Y'all want to vote in more career politicians? Y'all leave the Patriots behind. We got crap like this because Patriots don't shut down Virginia or shut down your constitutional rights. They say that's the last resort, not the first measure. But we have too many that are cowards now. They there for the TV screen, but they ain't there to face you that's sitting at home. They are basically saying this ain't the time for a right to protest, but what better time to protest when you have your rights and your livelihoods on the line? And you're not getting the answers that you're supposed to be getting, but you're seeing them on vacation, having no care at all, except for we need to have fun time. But you're saying stay at home for millions of Americans. After a while, the hoax and the games of this pandemic and the playmanship of politicians must register to every American's mind that says enough is enough. The playtime is over. Because if I'm going to go on vacation, I'm going to leave my state suffering. Why would I be scared to show my face and try to have everybody stopping the public from knowing what I'm doing if I wasn't doing something wrong? This is the dumbest message to send out to millions of Americans, millions of Virginians, to tell them, hey, I could go on vacation. I could tell you to stay at home. You think Virginia ain't going to fight back and say now's the time for us not to comply? It's time for us to open up? What excuse do you have now? That's the facts. I'm not going to sit on the bed and whine and crow about the governor being up in North Carolina all day long. I leave that for other politicians. But to the American people and those who live out there in the Commonwealth, it's time to reopen Virginia. Because if that son of a bitch who claims to be a doctor, claims to know his medical experts, is not telling him to stay at home, I guess he got approval to go to North Carolina. So if your medical experts are saying you can have vacation time, you can go to the beach, that means millions of Americans should be able to have vacation time, go to the beach and go back to work. Businesses should be back open. But we have softies not calling this out. I understand the Republican Party has taken a hit, but we have to hit back. I understand there are politicians right now that's going off. I'm going against the establishment, but my problem is I seen nothing but the establishment in you. Because if that wasn't the case, I would see Republican after Republican raising hell right now. Should have been raising hell a long time ago. We shouldn't have had 33 uncontested seats. That's why we live in this madness right now, because we lost patriots, because people spent their time trying to suck up to politicians. That's why we are seeing all these restrictions just at a sneeze or a cough. You got to be kidding me. If this is what it takes for us to lose our rights, we need now more than ever those with backbone and spine, those who make decisions that they will abide by and live with and show the leadership. But see, we got cowards right now. We have career politicians right now. We have old dinosaurs. Yeah. Most of that coronavirus was supposed to affect those who are older, right? Now we see it affect others in small numbers. But the very virus that targets term limits that are needed for politicians are the ones who are holding the ball. And we wondering why we still at home. Seriously. So I'm not going to take all day with this Facebook Live, but to all of those across the Commonwealth, to all of those across this country, if the politicians ain't living by their own rules, tell me this, why are they preaching it to you? Why are they locking up pastors for having church? Start looking at connecting these dots, but they allow the liquor stores to stay open. Yeah. You can't take your kid to the park without being arrested, but they could be on vacation taking their kids to the beach. Yeah, it gets real. They're able to go to work and BS at the state capitol or at D.C. And right now they're on recess. I would like to see how many others is on vacation right now, claiming and preaching to you stay at home because we don't want you to catch the coronavirus, but they don't put out the numbers of how many recover every single day by the thousands. Now, tell me this. Why are they preaching to you to do everything that you used to be able to do, but they ain't doing it themselves. So when you vote again for a career politician, remember this. Remember this day, waking up to the very people telling you what to do ain't practicing what you preach. But they damn sure don't want you to hear another person's message. Because if you do, you'll understand the point of what all of this really means. We are letting a dictatorship in the governor's office. So those who are going out to Richmond, those who are going out to state capitals, keep up the good work. That's how I look at it. And let them know you are taking your state, you are taking your country back, because politicians need to know the wrath of patriots. My name is Merle Rutledge, 2021 candidate for governor of Virginia, running for the Republican nomination, and I'm not going to have any more playtime with these politicians. So I'm going to make myself a trip. I'm going to break the stay-at-home order, because I quite frankly don't give a damn. I'm going to be with those patriots out there in Richmond, because for me personally, and for others, they need to see leadership, that we don't shut down our state. We don't shut down our economy for, I don't care, invisible one day is out there in the open terrorist and tyrant that continues to not care about you, the people who they are supposed to represent. But they care about what they can benefit from it. And trust me, that 1,200 or whatever you got from that economic stimulus, it will never ever be worth what they are doing to you. People can die while they're living. Doesn't mean you have to be the person in the coffin. Because right now, a lot of you feel that you're dying, but I'm telling you right now, you get yourself back up, you pick yourself back up, you fight back, and let it be known, America is not going to fall prisoner to politicians. You have a wonderful day. I'm going to raise as much hell as I can. And that's just the way it's going to be. Because patriots don't play by the politician's playbook. You can get that from Amanda Chase.